Hi, and good morning, and welcome to Midwest Foods Produce Time. This week we've got a spring sheet that is coming out. If you haven't seen it already, a lot of that merchandise is subject to availability, so all those items are coming out, and it might be another week or two until they get to be in full growth and full picking. So just keep that in mind. Some things might not be available for the next week or two. First, I want to talk to you about the local. So with the local season coming up, we've got a pretty strong initiative, and probably the best of all our competitors, for our local products. We'll be sending out one of these with our salespeople, and they'll talk to you more about it, but we've got some exciting things going on at Midwest Foods with our Velocity, our local farms, and what you're going to do is get one of these things and you can read through it. Also, Midwest Foods has an app that they came out with last week that is going to talk about all the products and produce that are out there right now, as well as things that are coming up. So download it, keep in touch with Midwest Foods this way too. Also, we have another little pamphlet that we'll be sending out with our sales reps. It's our Food Farmers Local Program. And this is our partnership program with all the local farmers in the area. So it's very informative, and you can see what we're going to be doing this year with our local initiatives. And one last thing, we also had this that we sent out last year. This is our 2011 Farm Tour. We're right now in the process of getting set up for our 2012 Farm Tour, which will be happening all throughout the summer. We've got a goal of doing at least 6 different growers this year. So as soon as we get that information out, we will get it to you, and be sure to sign up and sign up early. In terms of local produce, right now I have actually some last year's harvest of the fingerling potatoes. This is a Russian banana potato. They come in about a 2-inch size, and they are Wisconsin. I have another farmer that has done some Yukon Gold Bee potatoes. So with the local stuff, they're not as uniformed as you'll find with the Wisconsin or the Idaho products, but they are only about 150 miles away, if that. And they'll be a little bit more random on sizes, but I do have a Bee Yukon and local. And I also have some sweet potatoes. So they're a little bit slender, a different variety than what we're used to with Louisville, Kentucky stuff, but some great applications also can be had with this. And it's a local sweet potato out of Wisconsin. Okay, I've got some chili fruit that is started up and will be available all week. We have some Muscatel grapes out of Chile. These are an 18-pounder. They come in the same sort of case as what you're seeing now from Chile with that, but these only have about another couple weeks left on them. So we've got Muscatel green grapes. We also have some of these little cuties. These are baby pineapples. This is a golden variety. These are coming out of New Zealand, and they are about a 12 count. They're definitely on your specialty sheet. We only have maybe 3 to 5 cases in a week. And so if you want some for a week or 2 weeks out, please make sure that you pre-order them with your salesperson. But if you're looking at for just a case or so, we definitely have some available. Okay, now getting into the seasonal stuff. We've got some ramps, and they're almost about $90 for 1 pound. This is a ramp that's lasts about a month, and they're coming out of, I think, the Northwest. Great leaves, great flavor, only available for another month. Ramps are available, but also in limited supply. So this week we had customers that called for about 20 of these, and we could only get about 10. So just keep that in mind as we go through the next couple weeks. It's going to be scarce as we run up to the season for it. Also, fresh green garlic is out. Now this season lasts a little bit longer than the ramps, probably about 10 weeks. And as you see, they're still a little on the dirty side because we just got them in. And it's an 8-pound box, and it's fresh green garlic. Another spring item. Let me also say that we've got some rhubarb coming in for today on Monday. Now we only have limited supplies of that, but it will be probably in the $50 price. So be careful with some of these items as they're coming out new in the very beginning. They're always going to be a lot higher. It also makes it a little bit difficult for us to bring it in since the products are so high in price that if no one buys them, then we end up having it sit around. Okay, so for today I want to talk a lot about tomatoes. So we've just gone through a winter here, it's pretty mild, but the one thing that I've had complaints on is the tomatoes. Different varieties, different colors, and the flavors of them. So now we're finally getting into a good patch of tomatoes. I've got plenty of stuff that's in the house now. And I'm going to show you a few right now. So here are the heirloom tomatoes. Of course, we have the marble red stripes. We have the red Brandywines. This is in a 10-pound box. We will be getting some purple Cherokees as well as some green heirlooms in the box over the next couple weeks. But we're getting some good quality 4x5 mixed heirlooms. We also have some yellow grape tomatoes. Now these are a little bit on the smaller side since they just started up, but there are some that are going to be a little bit bigger over the next week. Some yellow grape tomatoes. So these things have been a hit and miss for the last 3 months, but we've got some red teardrops and yellow teardrops, and they actually look fantastic and taste great. These are from Del Cabo. They're organic. It's a 12-1 pint, and they're out of Mexico. But now we're starting to get in some good volume of them. So as you do plan your menus over the next couple weeks, look to the red teardrops and yellow teardrops if you're interested in them. So here we have this is a hothouse grown Kumato tomato. It is a 12 4-pack tomato out of Chile. These are of heirloom variety, and they cut gorgeous, almost like a purple Cherokee. And this is the Kumato tomato. So summer, people always start to think about the fried green tomatoes. These are coming out of Mexico. They're the first ones of any real good quality that we've had. They haven't been gassed, haven't been on the vine for any longer than they should have been. This is the green tomato, and if you're thinking of doing anything, they actually look fantastic. Okay, one thing I'd like to announce is, again, on the tomato side of things, is that we are now the exclusive distributors for a brand and label named Lucky Tomatoes. Midwest Foods has partnered up with these people that have a specific proprietary seed that they grow out of Florida. There's only 3 farmers that grow this down in Florida, and it's almost like a homegrown tomato. In fact, it is a homegrown tomato, except it's grown about 500 miles away in Florida. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut you this because the seed that they're using is not a long shelf life seed. It is a regular tomato that they call it the real tomato. This is a regular tomato that they've grown not for longevity, not for shelf life purposes, but specifically for the quality of the tomato. They've got nice dark color, they've got nice gel packs in there, they've got white seeds in there, and the flavor is tremendous. So 5x5s, 5x6s, and 4x5s all kind of mixed into one box, but they are a Lucky Red Beefsteak tomato is what we're calling them. So be sure to ask for that label, Lucky, and you're going to get the best tomato that's out there. Now keep in mind these tomatoes are more hand-packed, more harvested by hand, so they're going to be a lot more expensive, probably about twice as much as the regular tomatoes. But for those the plate presentation and the quality of the plate, it's definitely well worth it. Also, in more of a limited supply, we have the Lucky Yellow Tomato, which is also the same sort of quality as the red tomato. These things are grown on the vine. Both tomatoes are known as sun-ripened tomatoes, not the actual vine ripens, which are truly, kind of green on the vine and then pulled off and then shipped up here. These are actually ripened on the vine, so they call them sun-ripened tomatoes. You're going to get your most flavor out of them. You're going to get the best quality of tomatoes. Now these tomatoes, not tomatoes are going to last for a week or 2 weeks. They are going to probably last anywhere from 5 to 6 days. So you want to keep that in mind because that's what the produce is meant to do. It's supposed to ripen up with the best flavor, and then after that it will start to go south. So keep that in mind. Lucky Tomatoes. Okay, last thing is the couple items that are finishing up. So we've got all the chili fruit that is going to be cleaning up this week. We've got peaches that are starting to get on the drier side. We got the plums that are starting to get with less taste on them, more stored stuff. We have apricots, only about 3 cases left, and then those will be done. We also have a few other items, like the persimmons that are going to be finishing up over the next week or so. All this is storage stuff right now. We also have blood oranges that are going to be finishing up in the next week or 2 weeks. We have a few other items like the radish, the watermelon radishes are still not available. We hopefully will have those another couple weeks or so. But other than that, look to the Produce Times for a full and complete list. And that's your Produce Time for the week of March 19th. Thank you and have a great week.